Hey, what's happening? This is Isai Rodriguez, host of the Dad-Splanation podcast, where I cater to the professional working man, 40 and above, who's looking to make positive changes to his health, lose weight, and become stronger overall through simple lifestyle changes. I'm here to share inspiration, tips, and proven lessons that I've personally learned and lived through in my 40 plus years on this beautiful blue planet. So today we'll start the discussion off by talking about how eating yogurt may reduce your risk for colorectal cancer in our first segment. And then we'll move on to our second segment and talk about the 7 no mat required killer core exercises. Before we get into that, I'll need you to listen up. Look, your health and fitness goals are easier to achieve than you actually think. First and foremost, it's about getting your mind straight right from the get-go. And so I've got a freebie just for you. The 10 Dad-Splanation Mind Hacks that'll help you whip your mind into shape so that you can turn around and whip your body into shape. Does that sound good to you? Then get on over to podcast.dadsplanation.com/mindhacks to get your freebie today and start using these 10 hacks to exercise consistently and create the real and lasting results you're truly after and that you absolutely deserve. That's podcast.dadsplanation.com/mindhacks. Again, that's podcast.dadsplanation.com/mindhacks. Be in the know starting right now. Also, don't forget to rate me on Apple Podcasts or wherever it is that you're listening to this episode right now and leave me a nice, fat, juicy 5-star review and some absolutely beautiful words of why you love the show so much. It really helps me get the word out, and it's honestly the one place that your vote truly matters. And now let's move into our first segment with Healthy Conversations. Oh yeah. First off, happy mother New Year out there. Happy New Year, everybody. I actually meant to say that last episode to kind of wish you a happy early New Year, and wish you a happy holidays or whatever, you celebrate. But for whatever reason, I was just kind of like bombarded with all this stuff and I forgot. My apologies. I am only human. But here we are now. Happy New Year. Hopefully you're having a great holiday season, or hopefully you had a great holiday season. If you're still home, not working or whatever, hopefully you get back to work and back on your feet and whatnot. And this is Dad-Splanation, Isai from Dad-Splanation, wishing you the best. And how is the sound? I have a new setup here, and I just want to make sure I've been tinkering with the sound and the audio, and I'm hoping that I got it dialed in now and more or less good to go. So I hope you guys enjoy, man. But let's get into this week's Healthy Conversations topic. So what are we talking about this week, huh? That's the question. There's always questions, because that's what I'm full of questions. That's my engineering background. I always ask questions. I don't just kind of, accept what people tell me. I research and double research, and sometimes I do too much research, but again, I'm only human. But this week on Healthy Conversations, we're talking about eating yogurt and how this may reduce your risk for colorectal cancer. So a new study on old data suggests that how much yogurt you eat has been linked to a reduction in the risk of proximal colon cancer. So first of all, the colon is broken down into sections. And when they say the proximal colon, what they're talking about is basically the first and middle sections, or those introductory parts, I guess you would call it, of the colon. But anyway, if you ask me, it's really great to see that more amazing food choices like yogurt in particular are, not only a great choice for you, but also, how they help reduce risk of these types of cancers. And even after accounting for possible variables like increased calcium intake and whatnot, the report said that overall, eating yogurt was linked with a reduced risk of colon cancer. How about that? So the results basically showed that if you were to eat just one serving of yogurt per week versus no servings or, zero servings, this little amount, what seems to be insignificant, was associated with a reduced risk of colon cancer 26 to 32 years later. Yeah, you heard that right. This is a long study. And it's been ongoing for about 35 years now. So this is something they've been looking at and tracing for quite a long time now. And the research they used to get to these numbers was actually interesting. So what they did was, the researchers used data from 2 large independent studies. So this is a huge amount of data that they went through. And after going over this data and then, using follow-up data that basically spanned over 30 years and over 120,000 men and women, what the numbers told them was that out of the 120,000 men and women, the difference between those that developed some sort of colon cancer and those that didn't, the difference was their diet. And more specifically, it was the fact that it was a high percentage. Most of the ones that didn't get cancer were also regularly eating yogurt. So, now this is all fine and dandy if you ask me, but here's the thing. There wasn't necessarily any direct link between one and the other. There weren't any definitive numbers to say, if you eat, this amount, your chances would be statistically less of getting or developing cancer. There was no link like that, but that was a trend. So it's something to keep in mind. There's another caveat with this also. What the researchers also noticed was that these people that were eating the yogurt and, less likely to develop the cancer, what they noticed was that they were all physically active. They were more likely to have had a colonoscopy. They were more likely to use multivitamins. This is key, is nutrition and getting the right vitamins and minerals into your body. These people also had a lower alcohol intake. They ate a lot less red and processed meats, and also had a higher intake of vitamin D when compared with those who didn't eat, a lot of yogurts. So note to self, stay active, keep moving, get up, get out, move around, keep the heart pumping and your muscles going, and get yourself some premium supplements and minerals into your body. It's the way to go, because leading a healthy, active life is what'll get you living to 100 and beyond. Oh my God, I'm sure, now that I'm thinking about that, now that I say, I'm sure you heard about Betty White by now, God rest her soul. And, she almost made it to 100. Impressive. But you can too by using, these types of tips and tricks that I share all the time. And that's my goal, and it should be yours too, but I'm not forcing you. I'm just giving you the information. What you do with it is totally up to you. Anyway, continuing with the study, let's get back on track here. I kind of got sidetracked a little, but, colorectal cancer, or CRC as they refer to it, is the 3rd most common cancer among men and women worldwide, period. Bar none. That's it. And even though there are, many risk factors associated with the development of this disease, including, genetic predisposition, cigarette smoking, obesity, and low physical activity, diet appears to play a huge role in this. And what they found was that including dairy yogurt into your diet may help reduce your risk of developing colon cancer. Who wouldn't like that? Drop it in the comments, because I'm going to ping you. I'm saying this is not strictly just about yogurt either. You can also include other foods to reduce your risk, including whole grains and foods containing dietary fiber. We talked about fiber and Metamucil and the benefits of fiber and whatnot in the last episode, but it holds true here as far as CRC is concerned. a lot of these data points, they also come from all the studies that are going on into the gut health. I never knew how much of our health, like our body's functioning and our overall health, I never knew how much of this was cultivated or generated or in the gut, basically. Or should I say literally, it's literally cultivated in your gut. Ask anyone in the VIP community. I'm huge, like pre and probiotics, Why? Because they improve your gut health. And without getting into details again, good gut health will lead to great overall health. So I think we've spoken about this too in the past, our gut microbiome, or the microorganisms in the gut. They're also affected by a lot of different things, like what we eat, so eating fermented foods like yogurt, kimchi and kefir, things like that. It gives the body live microorganisms or probiotics that offer you health benefits. These probiotics, they help to prevent inflammation in your body. They produce what's known as short chain fatty acids that help support your immune system. And actually, some probiotic strains produce lactic acid as a byproduct. So if you don't know, lactic acid can lower the pH in the gut. This is the number or the measurement of how acidic your body is, or how basic it is. There's I don't know if they call it a barometer, or there's like a level of how acidic your body could possibly be, and this is how balanced it is, and this is a measure of that. And this lactic acid can also inactivate, which is the key here. This lactic acid can inactivate cancer-causing substances or these things that are found in your body, like, and in your basically, for lack of better terms, in your poop. And now all this data is good news, but we have to keep in mind that adding certain foods to a diet won't guarantee protection against colorectal cancer, but the numbers don't lie, and it looks as if adding fermented food, again, like yogurt, it does go a long way in at least lowering your risks dramatically. And so, the more you know, the better you'll be. And now, with all that said and done, let's switch gears and move on to our second segment with Mighty Man. Oh yeah, baby. What are we talking about on this week's installment of Mighty Man? This is a great one, because I know a lot of us older, more sophisticated gentlemen out there, we suffer from core issues, right? Can I get a hell yeah? But, so we're talking about the 7 no mat required killer core exercises. So let me ask you something. Are you feeling sore in your neck rather than your abs after a core workout? Because if so, no sweat, because you're not alone. Doing these mat-based exercises like crunches and stuff like that, like it can definitely help strengthen your core, but there's no doubt about that. But they may also cause you to strain your neck in the process, which is not so good. This will obviously leave you with soreness or pain in that area afterward, especially if you haven't built up your core muscles just yet. That's when you'll really feel it. You can easily overwork your neck muscles if you grip there when you're working out, because that's kind of a natural thing to do when your core is not 100% strong just yet. You kind of overcompensate by maybe pulling with your arms on your neck. And that's the thing, that's what happens. Instead of using the core muscles to crunch or stabilize, if you have a weak core, you naturally tend to grip your neck when doing crunches or other core exercises. This pulls on the back and causes extra tension that otherwise would not be there. So if you want to give your neck a break from the same old ab routine, why not try some of these standing core exercises instead? It's a great alternative, especially if you currently have a strong core, and it's just gonna hit it even harder, if you know what I mean. But and these exercises I'm about to share with you will leave you feeling the burn in not only your abs, but the rest of your body too. And that's always a good thing. Plus, staying on your feet can be, beneficial in other ways too. Actually, speaking of being on your feet, I just got a standing desk and I've got to say, I'm loving it. Highly, highly, highly recommended if you're like me and spend tons of time in front of a computer, rather than sitting. Get yourself a standing desk and stand up every now and then. Anyway, I love standing core exercises because, you get to work in a more natural way. Think about it, the way you'd actually use your core in actual life, more upright on your feet. And so these next exercises are the best trainer approved standing exercises for core strength to start with. And so what exercises are we talking about here? Well, that's a great question, and we're going to get right into it right now. So the first exercise is the standing core twist. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. It's just what it sounds like, a standing twist of the core. With this movement, you use a weighted ball or a dumbbell or, a big can of beans or something. If you're at home, you use this weight to work your obliques on a deeper level. So how do you do it? Simple. Start with your feet, you're standing straight. Start with your feet hip width apart. Then, squeezing a dumbbell or weighted ball between your hands. Extend your arms forward and then make sure you're keeping your arms straight. And with your arms straight, twist to one side, right? Easy peasy. Then twist to the other side and continue alternating back and forth as you work your obliques. Again, easy peasy, but do that for 10 or 15 reps and then repeat for about 5 sets, 5 to 10, whatever time you have available, and feel that burn. I guarantee you're going to feel that, because as you're counterbalancing the weight in front of you that you have in your hands, your core has to engage to support that weight. You're going to feel it. Trust me. So the second exercise is just as simple. It's a good old wood chopper. This is one of the best standing exercises for core strength. Working, kind of works every angle and every which way. I love it, So the question is, how do we do it? How do we do a proper wood chop? So for this movement, we stand with your feet just outside, shoulder width apart, and then holding a dumbbell with both hands, you twist to your right side and lower the dumbbell to your thigh, holding, the dumbbell on the outside of your leg. Now, lift the dumbbell diagonally across your body and extend your arms to the side of your head. So literally, you're kind of bringing it up from the side of your head down to your thigh, crossing your body. That's the wood chop movement. Now, you just simply continue going back and forth with control. And that's the key here, is that last portion, with control. You want to methodically control these movements here. Methodically controlled movements is what you're looking for. And then you do that on one side, repeat on the other side, 10 to 15 reps, 10 to 15 sets, and you're good to go. That is an awesome killer workout. You're going to feel that in your obliques, probably in your arms if you're doing it right. Good one. Thumbs up. The third killer core exercise is a good one also, the knee drive. These babies work the abs and give you a healthy dose of cardio. And now, to get busy with knee drives, start by standing with your right leg extended behind you and your arms overhead with your elbows wide. So yeah, kind of think about, I guess if you ever seen like how they do the diamond push-ups, similar to that, not exactly. You want the hands a little higher, maybe a little higher than your head, basically a little higher than that. Now, keeping your balance, drive your knee up and bring your hand down to meet with your knee. So the key here is you want to switch hand and knee combination. So if you're bringing up your left knee, you're going to bring down your right hand. And if you're bringing up your right knee, you're going to bring down your left hand. Tap it back and then take it to the outside of your body, then tap it back again. Do this 10 to 12 reps and then repeat on the opposite side. And actually, if you follow me on social media, I'll be posting these short clips there. So swing by and say hello. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. Doesn't matter. I'm on all of them. But, stop by, drop me a comment, and let me know how you're doing with these. Moving along to the fourth no mat required move, we have Sidebands. These Sidebands will have your obliques sore for days. Seriously, let me tell you. And this is how you do it, So first off, start by lowering yourself into a squat position with your legs wide. From there, position your hands behind your head and crunch to your right. And now crunch back up to center and do this for about 10 reps. Then repeat on the other side. How simple is that? But it's not how easy something is. It's about how effective the exercise and how consistent you can be with that exercise. And that's what it's all about. Effective, consistency from you, effectiveness from the exercise, put them together. Boom. Recipe for success. And so the fifth no mat core shredder is none other than a one-legged forward bends. Love these. This exercise is one of those that you think to yourself, oh, I can do that all day. But let me tell you, these one-legged forward bends will seriously challenge not only your core, but every muscle in your body, realistically. And they go like this, you start standing tall, reach your right leg behind you and with your toes touching the mat and your arms overhead, and then lower your body and right leg staying in a straight line. Then simply return to your starting position and repeat for 12 to 15 reps. When you're done with this one side, guess what? We've got another side to do. So repeat the movements on the opposite side. Telling you, sounds simple, but when you get into it and you actually do it, you're going to feel it. You're going to feel it. So give it a shot. Let me know. The sixth ab ripping no mat exercise is the standing crunch. I mean, why do crunches on the mat when you can do them standing up? It won't bother your neck, right? So why not? Are you with me? So here with this standing crunch, we'll start again in a standing position with your feet shoulder width apart. Now with your hands behind your head and your elbows out, start crunching side to side. You'll want to meet your elbow to the opposite knee for each crunch you do, and then alternate back and forth for 12 to 15 reps, and there you have it. This is one of my personal favorites. I mean, I like them all, but this standing crunch, I absolutely love. And, because it really hits your core and gets it activated. And remember those control methodical moves, that's what you're looking for. That being said, let's move on to the seventh and final movement here. This last move is called high knee to high kick, and it goes like this. You start off by standing tall again and doing high knees. That shouldn't have been a surprise to you. They all kind of start off standing tall, But you'll want to tap your hands to your knees during the lifts. Then start adding in high kicks. So what you'll want ultimately is to do 2 high knees, then 2 high kicks, and repeat. Alternate high knees followed by high kicks. This is going to hit your lower abs and your obliques. And believe it or not, if you use the proud chest, as I've explained in the past, you'll end up working your stabilizer muscles all throughout your core, up and down your core. So not just your abs, but your like in the back and everything like that. This exercise is a great way to activate and target your lower abs while you use your core to lift your legs and stabilizers to keep your balance. And there you have it. 7 amazing, effective, and yet simple no mat exercises that'll trim up that waist without putting so much stress on your neck or having to get down on the dirty ass floor because, with COVID and whatnot, who the hell wants to be rolling around on the floor? Huh? Certainly not me. I don't know about you, but I don't feel comfortable with that, And so, with all that said and done, that's it, you guys. That is my show for today. I hope you found some valuable information here, and if nothing else, I hope I've entertained you for a few minutes and was able to bring you a little manly sunshine to your day. Thanks for taking some time out of your day to listen to me. It's very much appreciated. On next week's episode, we'll be talking about releasing the tension in your neck and shoulders with these 6 little simple moves. So fellas, if you're suffering from stiff neck, sore shoulders, or achy upper back, then next week's episode is for you. And look, your health and fitness goals are easier to achieve than you might think. First and foremost, it's all about getting your mind straight right from the get-go. And so I've got a freebie for you called the 10 Dad-Splanation Mind Hacks that'll help you whip your mind into shape so that you can turn around and whip your body into shape. Does that sound good to you? Then get on over to podcast.dadsplanation.com/mindhacks to get your freebie today and start using these 10 hacks to exercise consistently and create the real and lasting results you're truly after and that you absolutely deserve. That's podcast.dadsplanation.com/mindhacks. Again, that's podcast.dadsplanation.com/mindhacks. Be in the know starting right now. Also, don't forget to rate me on Apple Podcasts or wherever it is that you're listening to this episode right now. And leave me a nice, fat, juicy 5-star review and some absolutely beautiful words of why you love the show so much. It really helps me get the word out, and it's honestly the one place where your vote truly matters. Till our next chat, take care now, and bye.